Imagine a place where time fades and centuries of prayers fill the air. This is Mecca, home to the Masjid al-Haram and the Kaaba, the heart of Muslim prayer. Journey with us to Medina, the city of the Prophet, and the Masjid an-Nabawi. Within its halls rests the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. These mosques are more than structures. They are testaments to enduring faith. They embody unity, humility, and devotion, offering solace and closeness to the divine. Every year, millions of Muslims embark on the Hajj pilgrimage, one of Islam's 5 pillars. They come from different lands, united in faith and purpose. The air thrums with their collective energy, footsteps echoing those before them. The Masjid al-Haram and Masjid an-Nabawi are living monuments to Islam's legacy. They symbolize hope, peace, and brotherhood. These sacred spaces are more than places of worship, they are the heart of a global community. Maintaining these sacred spaces requires balancing the past's sanctity with present needs. How do you accommodate growing numbers while preserving spiritual integrity? This is the story of Dr. Muhammad Kamal Ismail, who transformed Islam's holiest sites into architectural marvels. A tale of faith, ingenuity, and dedication to serving Allah. In 1908, along the Nile, Muhammad Kamal Ismail was born. Egypt, a land of history and prayer, shaped his early years. From a young age, Muhammad displayed exceptional talent and creativity. His toys were building blocks for his imagination. He saw the world as a canvas for his creative spirit. Little did anyone know he would shape the landscape of faith for generations. Muhammad's fascination with design blossomed as he grew. Islamic art, minarets, and serene courtyards captivated him. His parents nurtured his passion, providing books and encouraging curiosity. Teachers saw a student who yearned to understand the principles of Islamic architecture. They encouraged him to challenge conventions and strive for excellence. Driven by a thirst for knowledge, Muhammad Kamal Ismail journeyed to Europe. He pursued higher education, studying renowned architects and their legacies. He aimed to bridge East and West, creating a new architectural language. His time in Europe was one of intense learning and self-discovery. He realized architecture was about creating spaces that inspired and connected people to something greater. A vision of modern Islamic architecture, rooted in tradition, took shape in his mind. He dreamed of mosques as centers of learning, community, and cultural exchange. He returned to Egypt, armed with knowledge and an unwavering belief in his vision. Little did he know his journey was just beginning. He was about to embark on a path leading to Islam's holiest sites. His vision would inspire awe and foster peace and tranquility. Dr. Muhammad Kamal Ismail's return to Egypt was a launchpad for redefining mosque design. With 3 doctorates in Islamic architecture, he aimed to blend modernity with tradition. He believed in the beauty of Islamic architecture's ability to inspire reflection. He studied ancient mosques, understanding their geometry and light. Embracing modern materials, he enhanced the spiritual essence of his designs. His mosques became serene oases, architectural poems of faith and personal prayer. Dr. Ismail crafted experiences, shaping spaces for divine connection. Dr. Ismail's genius lay in understanding light, space, and the human spirit. He used natural light to create tranquil atmospheres in prayer halls. His domes, adorned with geometric patterns, became celestial canvases. He designed courtyards as serene havens for community gathering. His mosques were vibrant centers of social and intellectual life. Dr. Ismail's work reflected local cultures while staying true to Islamic design principles. Dr. Ismail's innovative mosque designs earned him international acclaim. He lectured at prestigious universities, inspiring new architects. True recognition came from those who found solace in his spaces. His legacy was etched in the hearts of millions who found inspiration in his designs. He built bridges between tradition and modernity, faith and progress. Dr. Muhammad Kamal Ismail's work nurtured the soul and brought people closer to the divine. By the late 1970s, Dr. Ismail's reputation reached the highest echelons of the Muslim world. He was called upon for the expansion and renovation of Masjid al-Haram in Mecca. At 70, he faced a monumental task, a spiritual calling. The project required balancing historical sanctity with modern needs. It was a challenge of immense responsibility and faith. Dr. Ismail's expertise was entrusted with shaping Islam's holiest site. The challenges of renovating Masjid al-Haram were manifold. The mosque had to respect its historical context and emotional connection. It needed to accommodate growing numbers while preserving ritual flow. The harsh desert climate required innovative solutions for pilgrims' well-being. Dr. Ismail knew he was shaping a sacred space for millions. The project was a blend of architectural and spiritual responsibility. Dr. Ismail approached the challenge with humility and faith. He studied Masjid al-Haram's history and architecture, observing pilgrims' needs. He envisioned retractable umbrellas for shade inspired by Bedouin tents. These umbrellas transformed courtyards into cool oases. He proposed heat-absorbing marble to keep the ground cool during rituals. His innovative solutions ensured pilgrims' comfort and preserved the mosque's essence. The search for special marble led Dr. Ismail to a Greek mountain. The quarry owners, moved by his sincerity, agreed to provide the marble for free. This act of devotion was the first of many miracles in the project. The marble's arrival in Mecca was greeted with awe and gratitude. It remained cool under the intense desert sun, ensuring pilgrims' comfort. Some saw it as a scientific anomaly, others as a divine blessing. Dr. Ismail saw it as a gift from Allah, a reminder of divine provision. The marble's installation transformed the experience of performing the tawaf. The Greek marble's arrival in Mecca was a testament to the sacredness of the project. Dr. Ismail oversaw its installation with care and precision. The marble remained cool, allowing pilgrims to focus on their prayers. Word of its properties spread, reaching architects and geologists. Dr. Ismail saw it as a divine gift, a reminder of Allah's provision. The marble's installation was a profound transformation for the pilgrims. Section 2. Whispers of Divine Providence, a second mosque, a second chance. A few years later, Dr. Ismail was presented with another monumental challenge. King Fahd of Saudi Arabia, recognizing his unparalleled expertise and devotion, entrusted him with the expansion and renovation of Masjid al-Nabawi in Medina, the mosque built around the Prophet Muhammad's tomb. This was an even more delicate undertaking. Masjid al-Nabawi held a special place in the hearts of Muslims. It was not just a mosque. It was the final resting place of the Prophet, a place of immense spiritual significance. As Dr. Ismail delved into the project, he realized that he faced a familiar challenge: the need to accommodate a growing number of pilgrims while preserving the mosque's sanctity and historical integrity. And once again, the issue of the scorching desert heat had to be addressed, especially in the courtyard surrounding the Prophet's tomb. His thoughts turned to the miraculous Greek marble that had proven so effective in Masjid al-Haram. Could he possibly find more of this unique material? Or was that first encounter a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence? Against all odds, the unseen hand guides the way. Dr. Ismail decided to consult his notes from the Masjid al-Haram project. He recalled that the quarry owners had been so generous, donating half their mountain of marble. Perhaps, he thought, a miracle could happen twice. With renewed hope, he decided to reach out to the quarry owners in Greece once more. However, fate, it seemed, had other plans. The quarry owners informed him that the remaining half of the mountain had already been sold. A Saudi company, they explained, had purchased the entire stock just a few months prior. Dr. Ismail was disheartened. It seemed his hopes for a second miracle were dashed. But just as despair began to creep in, the quarry owner mentioned something unexpected. He recalled that the Saudi company had purchased the marble for a construction project in Riyadh. He offered to share the company's contact information with Dr. Ismail. Clutching at this slim thread of hope, Dr. Ismail immediately contacted the company in Riyadh. He explained his predicament, the sacred purpose for which he needed the marble, and the miraculous discovery of its heat-absorbing properties. To Dr. Ismail's utter astonishment, the company representative was deeply moved by his story. He confirmed that they had indeed purchased the remaining Greek marble, but had not yet used it for their project. Then came the most astounding revelation. The company was willing to donate the entire stock of marble to Dr. Ismail for the renovation of Masjid al-Nabawi. Moreover, they refused any payment for the marble, considering it their honor to contribute to the noble endeavor. Dr. Ismail was overwhelmed with gratitude. This wasn't just coincidence, it was divine orchestration. The very marble he needed, against all odds, had found its way to him once more. This event solidified his belief that he was merely an instrument in the hands of Allah. "This is not my work," he would often say. "It's Allah's work. I'm just the tool." The miraculous acquisition of the marble not only solved a practical dilemma, but served as a powerful reminder of faith, humility, and the unseen hand guiding his path. Dr. Muhammad Kamal Ismail's work transcended the realm of architecture. He didn't just design buildings, he shaped spaces that nurtured the soul, fostered community, and brought people closer to the divine. His legacy is etched not just in stone and marble, but in the hearts of millions who have found solace, inspiration, and a renewed sense of faith within the sacred spaces he helped create. The expansion and renovation of Masjid al-Haram and Masjid an-Nabawi stand as testaments to his genius. His innovative solutions, like the retractable umbrellas and the cool marble flooring, have eased the pilgrimage experience for millions, allowing them to focus on their spiritual journey without being hampered by the harsh desert climate. But his impact extends far beyond these two iconic mosques. His work has inspired a new generation of architects who strive to emulate his ability to blend tradition and modernity, functionality and aesthetics, spirituality and human needs. His designs continue to be studied, analyzed and celebrated in architectural schools around the world. Dr. Ismail's legacy is a reminder that architecture, at its best, is not just about creating structures. It's about shaping experiences, fostering connections and enriching lives beyond bricks and mortar, inspiring generations. Dr. Ismail's life was a testament to the power of faith, humility, and unwavering dedication. He never sought fame or fortune, always considering himself a humble servant of Allah. His refusal to accept any payment for his work on the holy mosques, despite having the opportunity to amass a considerable fortune, spoke volumes about his character and his unwavering devotion. His story continues to inspire people from all walks of life, transcending cultural and religious boundaries. He demonstrated that true success lies not in material wealth or worldly recognition, but in serving a purpose greater than oneself. His life is a beacon of hope, proving that with faith, dedication, and a pure heart, even seemingly insurmountable challenges can be overcome. His legacy challenges us to look beyond the superficial and strive for something more meaningful. It encourages us to use our skills and talents, whatever they may be, to make a positive impact on the world around us. It reminds us that true fulfillment comes from serving others, from making a difference in the lives of those around us. His life story is a powerful reminder that even in a world often driven by greed and self-interest, there are those who dedicate themselves to something larger, something more profound. The miraculous events surrounding the acquisition of the Greek marble for both Masjid al-Haram and Masjid an-Nabawi became legendary. They serve as a testament to the power of faith and the belief that when we align our intentions with a higher purpose, we open ourselves to the possibility of divine intervention. But for Dr. Ismail, these events were not about personal glory. He saw them as affirmations, as reminders that he was merely an instrument in the hands of Allah. His humility was his defining trait. He never claimed credit for his accomplishments, always attributing them to the divine will guiding his path. He often said, "The best reward for a man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it." Dr. Ismail, through his tireless efforts, his unwavering faith and his selfless dedication, transformed from a gifted architect into an instrument of divine will, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and uplift millions around the world. His story teaches us that true success is not measured by worldly possessions or accolades, but by the positive impact we have on the world and the legacy of faith, service, and humility that we leave behind. Dr. Muhammad Kamal Ismail, the man who shaped sacred spaces, was a man of prayer. His life, from his humble beginnings to his monumental achievements, was a testament to the power of faith. He understood that the most intricate designs, the most breathtaking structures were but dust without the breath of the divine. Imagine him, in the stillness of the night, as the world slept, standing amidst the vastness of Masjid al-Haram. The air is cool, the marble beneath his feet, radiating the day's stored warmth. He looks upon the Kaaba, draped in its black silk, and a silent prayer escapes his lips. He prays for the millions who will walk these hallowed grounds, their hearts filled with longing, their steps heavy with life's burdens. He prays that the spaces he has designed will provide them solace, that the beauty he has striven to create will draw them closer to their Creator. His prayer is not for recognition, not for accolades, but for acceptance. He asks that his efforts, his years of toil, be a worthy offering to the one he serves. He understands that the greatest reward is not what we receive in this life, but what awaits us in the hereafter. Dr. Ismail's story is a beacon in our times, a testament to the power of faith and humility in a world often consumed by ego and ambition. He reminds us that true success lies not in accumulating wealth or fame, but in aligning our talents with a higher purpose. His legacy is not confined to the breathtaking architecture he left behind. It lives on in the hearts of those he inspired. In the countless acts of kindness and service his life continues to ignite. He showed us that true fulfillment comes from dedicating ourselves to something larger than ourselves, something that transcends the boundaries of our own lives. His story challenges us to examine our own lives, our own ambitions. What are we building? Are our endeavors driven by a desire to leave a lasting mark on the world, or are we merely chasing shadows, seeking validation in fleeting moments of recognition? Dr. Ismail's life answers these questions not with words, but with the eloquence of action. He reminds us that true legacy is not built on self-aggrandizement, but on the foundation of faith, humility, and unwavering dedication to a purpose greater than ourselves. We may not all be architects, but we all have a role to play in building a better world. Each of us possesses unique talents, passions, and experiences. Dr. Ismail's life beckons us to find our own Mecca, to discover that sacred space where our talents intersect with the needs of the world. Perhaps your Mecca lies in your community, in serving those around you with compassion and generosity. Perhaps it's in your chosen profession, in striving for excellence and using your skills to make a positive impact. Or maybe it's in the quiet moments of reflection, in nurturing your own spiritual growth and inspiring others through your example. The journey may be challenging, the path fraught with obstacles, but Dr. Ismail's life reminds us that we are not alone. With faith as our compass and humility as our guide, we can overcome any obstacle and create a legacy that echoes through generations. And so as we reach the end of this journey, let us carry Dr. Muhammad Kamal Ismail's story in our hearts. Let it inspire us to find our own Mecca, to live lives of purpose, and to leave behind a legacy etched not in stone, but in the hearts of those we touch.